Welcome to Lima, Ohio, as we've got playoff time. All right, playoff time. We've got the 6-4 Lima Central Catholic Thunderbirds playing host to the 6-4 Calvert Senecas. So regular season is over, Zach. It's playoff time, week 11, or do we call it week 1 here at Heart of Ohio Sports. I'm excited. I can't wait to get started.
Week 11, week 1, it doesn't matter anymore. 1, you're done.
There we go. As you can see, the Calvert Senecas marching out onto the field here. We are moments away from kickoff, and it's going to be an absolutely fun matchup here from Spartan Stadium in Lima, Ohio. All right, tonight's pregame show is brought to you by Rogers Flowers. It is flower time, so make sure that you stop by downtown Tiffin, Ohio, and get your flowers and everything that they've got going on there. Rogers Flowers has been a season-long supporter of Heart of Ohio Sports, so make sure you stop by and tell them that Heart of Ohio Sports sent you. Of course, you can stream Heart of Ohio Sports live and in person on the X stream at YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. We got it all covered for you right here at America's or Ohio's best streaming station. Maybe America someday. Amen. You never know. There we go. All right. So looking out on the field here, Lima Central Catholic. They won the coin toss and they decided to accept the kick. So they got offense first here. And the Calvert Senecas in the white jerseys, they're going to be kicking off here and getting this second season started. As you can see, Jacob Rumbach, a short pooch kick. And that's where LCC is going to take it right down around the 42-yard line. All right. So Calvert, they had a really exciting week last week as they were able to defeat the feisty Lakota Raiders, and they put up big points last week, Zach, 55 total points, and it was really a great opportunity for them to get their offense rolling, and I'm excited about watching them do the same thing tonight, pick up a little momentum, and of course, Jacob Rumbach, Cal Warneman, those are the two guys you got to key in on.
Exactly. This is going to be an exciting matchup tonight, I'm sure.
All right. So LCC, a run-heavy team here as they give it off to their running back right up the middle. And the Calvert defense, sturdy as always. And that was number 23, Gabe Sierra, with the rush. Now, we had a great conversation with the LCC head coach, and I just flat out asked him, a lot of our viewers, they do not know you. What do we expect? And he's like, we like to run the ball. We only throw it 10, 15 times. And I'm like, okay, thank you, coach. But that quarterback, he's a dual threat, and you can see him right here as he scampers right up the middle and hit hard by this Calvert defense, just short of the first down marker. And that quarterback, he's the guy to watch. Carson Parker, about 600 yards rushing, 600 passing, dual threat, do-it-all kind of guy. And if you can just see him right there on the screen, pretty stocky guy too, so a lot of weight that you got to carry to the ground. All right, it's 3rd and 2 for LCC. And it's going to be Daniels, quarterback keeper, first down and more. 40, 30, he's got some more space. 20, 10, he's going to be drug out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. It's Klaus with the tackle. First down, LCC, and they're knocking on the door with only 10:36 left in the first quarter.
Great run there by the quarterback. Man, bruising your way down, nice pickup. That's the type of momentum you want to start this game.
And we had mentioned it before, and the coach, Coach Pulte, he even said it in our pregame interview. He's like, our quarterback, he's a guy you got to account for. It's like, all right. And no question, he's somebody to keep an eye on. 1st and goal from the 9. And here we go. Daniels is going to hand it off to Ciara again. Touchdown, Thunderbirds. And just like that, 90 seconds into tonight's matchup, and the Thunderbirds have struck first.
Yeah, let's take a look at the replay here. Man, he was able to just power his way into the end zone. Great start here for the Thunderbirds.
Woof. Man, very methodical. And, of course, you've got to go back to the huge run by Daniels, the quarterback, who set this up. All right. So pending the PAT here, you got a little shuffle there. We haven't seen a lot of formations like that. Something to keep an eye on for later in the game. Kick is up. It is good. PAT. It is now 7-0. LCC over Calvert. We'd like to take a moment, thank all of our sponsors here, our postseason sponsors. We've got Klaus Electric, making sure that we keep this place powered up all night long for you. We've got Rogers Flowers, season-long sponsor for us. X-Carre, an amazing sponsor. And Zach, I didn't even get to ask you what your X-Carre keys to the game are tonight.
Yeah, we have keys to the game here. We're gonna see. We need a rush defense from Tiffin Calvert.
Yeah.
This Thunderbirds team, as you've already seen here, they can run the ball well. And Tiffin, frankly, has struggled against that quite a bit this season. So it's going to be basically the biggest key to the game for a win tonight oh my gosh, I'm down here in the corner. I don't even know what's going on anymore. It's going to be a big thing here for Calvert.
And I'm absolutely thrilled you brought that up because that's been an up and down area for Calvert all season long. We've seen games where their defensive line has been phenomenal, very disruptive, but then we've also seen games like the Margaretta one where they are just sliced apart. So let's see what we've got. Here we go. Rumbach going to be twirled to the ground around the 20. Big hit, and we get our first look at the Seneca's offense tonight, led by quarterback Harry Schultz.
Well, I'm glad that you mentioned it. Here, the Seneca's offense, they have this three-headed monster on the ground. Warnament,
deadly.
Schultz, Rombach, you can see there. Warnament actually up to 8 touchdowns now as of last week.
He had 4 of them last week, yeah.
Man.
Oof, what a night for him. Absolutely incredible. All right, it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line for this Seneca offense, and let's see if they can respond after LCC put up a touchdown. Rumbach off to the right side. He's going to be pushed out of bounds after picking up a yard or so. That'll bring up 2nd and long for the Senecas. Rumbach, their leading rusher this season, putting up big-time yardage for Calvert. There's no question. Calvert Senecas, as a team, able to put up nearly 1,500 yards rushing, and the majority from Jacob Rumbach, about 583 of those, and puts up about six yards a carry there. So he's been a workhorse all season long. All right, Schultz. Quick toss out to Klaus. Klaus drugged to the ground, short of the first down marker. Good connection. That'll bring up 3rd and short for the Senecas.
Yeah, Billy Klaus, the second leading receiver in the SBC River this year. 729 yards, 7 TDs. That's almost 20 yards per catch, Dominic. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can figure out this passing game tonight. Yeah,
and getting Schultz in a rhythm is the best way to do that. So let's see what they got. It's going to be Warnament right up the middle, and he's going to, ball's loose. I believe they're going to say he's down. It'll be interesting to see where the spot is as that ball is right at the marker. First down, chain gang is moving, so Warnament gets just enough. First down, Calvert.
Yeah, let's check this out right here on our replay. Man, it is hard to tell where exactly that ball comes out.
So as it stands, 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line for the Senecas here as they are able to pick up the first down on the legs of Warnament, and they go right back to him, and he gashes this defense as he powers his way up for a second first down for the Senecas. Woof, what a run, Cal Warnament, picking up right where he left off last week.
Yeah, great job there. They rushed him up the middle, which is not what we saw last week. If I remember correctly, Rombach was the power back, and they kind of used Warnament shifty on those jet sweeps on the outside.
And both of these guys do a phenomenal job stretching the play and then powering their way forward. Lots of speed out there. So just like you said it, 3-headed monster back there when you throw Schultz in and his rushing ability. All right, 1st and 10 from the 42. Schultz rolls to his right, looking to toss it, throws it out of bounds, and complete 2nd down for Calvert. Nowhere to go there. I believe Klaus was the only receiver in the area, but he was well covered by this Thunderbird defense. And you mentioned Klaus, 19 yards a catch, which is amazing. And he's been their big play receiver all season long. So somebody to keep an eye on when it comes to the passing game. All right, 2nd and 10. Schultz fakes it, tosses it, screen. Wolf, incomplete. And that could have been a dangerous one there, Zach.
That it could. That screen pass, a little overthrown, a little too hard, not quite in reach. Man, screens are deadly when they work out, but good job by the Thunderbird defense, kind of figuring that one out early, sniffing. I think even if he had caught that ball, I don't think he was going anywhere.
Yeah, no, there was too many blue jerseys in the area. Totally agree there. So 3rd and 10, a big make-or-break 3rd and 10 here for this drive, is the Senecas need some big-time yardage to keep this drive alive. Here we go. Schultz rolls to his left, slinging it to Klaus. Klaus, oh, what a catch by Klaus. He spins around, back shoulder, 1st down, Senecas.
Oh, my goodness. Billy Klaus, what are you doing? Let's look at this on the replay. Oh, my gosh. Back shoulder, perfect way to read the ball.
Wow, what a pass by Schultz. What a catch by Klaus. And that gives your Senecas a 1st down to keep this drive moving along as they're now up to the 28-yard line, and they're making things interesting.
Yeah, you said it, Dom. That was really a perfect pass. He put it only where Klaus could get it. Back shoulder. Klaus did a great job coming away from the play towards the ball to make that catch.
Shielding it from the defender, too. So, Warnament stuffed at the line, no gain. That'll bring up 2nd and long.
So let's take a look here at the Calvert postseason. Tail of the tape, playoff record 19-16, state champions twice, 1980 and 81. 3rd playoff appearance in 5 seasons under Steve Reeser. And they're looking for their 1st playoff win, Dom, since 2017. Yeah,
the Todd Fox era. I believe they made 9 straight postseason appearances under Todd Fox, and then he moved on. I think it was Norwalk that he ended up going to. So, Reeser's picked up, done a phenomenal job here tonight. And it's going to be Cal, and he's going to get the catch, drug down around the 20-yard line.
Lee Morgan, great job. He was wide open. That's a great route structure there. Good play calling.
And Schultz is getting himself into a pretty nice rhythm tonight. And I think if I had to add a key to your list there on offense for Calvert, it's getting him in rhythm, getting him connecting with his receivers. And I like what I see so far.
Yeah, that's going to be really important. Only a 50% completion percentage on the season. But, man, when he does good, he's a great quarterback in this division.
All right, ball's on the turf, and it looks like the Thunderbirds have it. Schultz was unable to pull the ball back as he was trying to fake it to Rumbach. Thunderbirds pounce on the fumble, turnover, Thunderbirds ball.
Yeah, let's take a look here on the replay. Never quite had it from the snap. I think he ran into the motion man and couldn't get back on top of it. Number 22 for Lima, that's Matt Sierra, the Sierra brothers.
So a promising drive stalled out by a turnover, and LCC only took them, 3 plays last time to punch it in. They get the ball back with a nice 7-0 lead. So let's see what they've got here, as it's going to be quarterback keeper rolling. He's going deep. He's got a man wide open. That's number 14, Billy Bork. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Thunderbirds. Oh, my. A massive 75-yard pitch and catch. And that's a backbreaker.
I tell you what, that is momentum right there for the Thunderbirds. Big fumble recovery. Even bigger touchdown pass. Let's look at it right here. He was wide open. Great job there.
Bork able to get behind the defense, and Calvert clearly not prepared for a deep pass as they were keying in on the run. Of course, Daniels faked the run and then threw it over top. And with this PAT, it's tipped and no good, so it's going to remain 13-0. Thunderbirds have an early lead in this playoff matchup. Woof. That is quite a turn here. And Calvert, they were moving it really, really well, but turnovers can be very, very costly.
Man, that was a great ball there by Carson Parker.
No question.
You know, it's like in basketball when someone's going to shoot a three-pointer. You can almost be too wide open, right? And you get in your head, that wide receiver was almost, too wide open. It's just a great job of relying on your fundamentals, relying on that ability to make the completion.
I'd like to thank Phillips Electric. Phillips Electric, they've been with us all season long, keeping us up to date with all the important things here. It's 55 degrees and beautiful here in Lima, Ohio. It's Spartan Stadium for Week 11 playoffs. Phillips Electric with our weather report. And, of course, if you need absolutely anything, they've got you covered. Every kind of brand covered. Just stop at their downtown location and make sure that you let them know that Heart of Ohio Sports sent you to Phillips Electric. All right, here we go. Calvert's going to pick it up. Schumacher at the 20, and he's going to be taken down right around the 26-yard line. So we'll have another chance to see if the Senecas can pick up some yards and keep this game close.
Yeah, that last drive was kind of heartbreaking, Dom. It really was going well for Calvert. They were moving the ball. They made some nice chunk completions, 10 yards. At a time. Their running game was nice, but one costly fumble and it killed all their momentum. So they really need to come back and put together another great drive here.
And let's see how they do. We're at 6:46 in the first quarter, so they've got plenty of time and opportunity, and if their offense continues to click like they did before, should be no problem. Morgan, the receiver, tipped and intercepted by Daniels. 30. 20, and he's got some blockers. 5, touchdown LCC. Just like that, Zach. Another turnover, another touchdown, and now the Thunderbirds are thundering ahead with a 19-0 lead.
Yeah, this is not the way Coach Reeser had imagined it going. Oh, my goodness. Just a great run back.
Oof.
Carson Parker, their quarterback, helping himself out. Playing safety, pick six, back to the house.
And in a matter of 20 seconds, this game went from a 7-0 lead to now potentially a 20-0 lead. So PAT is up, and this one's good. So LCC 20, Calvert 0. Early in the first quarter.
This seems like a perfect time to check in on the A stream, the adrenaline stream you see right here. Columbian up 14-0 over Rocky River. 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter there.
Tonight's broadcast powered by Klaus Electric, making sure that everything's up to beat for us here as they're keeping us alive, keeping us streaming live just for you. And, of course, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors, FNBS, YLFCU, MST, UIS Insurance and Investments, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, and then, of course, Bench Warmers. Every Tuesday night we have a coaches show at Bench Warmers. Phenomenal food, great atmosphere. So make sure that you stop by and support all of our amazing postseason sponsors here for Heart of Ohio Sports. Of course, we'd also like to thank Dr. Joel Consuelo, patron for tonight's game. All right, Rumbach at the 7. He's going to take it out, and he's got a little space here. Turns it up, 25-30. Big return here for Rumbach as he's up to midfield, pushed out of bounds, and that's exactly what they needed, this Calvert Seneca team.
Rumbach, one of those players at the top of the SBC River in return yards this season. It was a great job by the blocking there on special teams. They're really able to fill their lane, and that's how Rumbach's able to kind of weave in and out of traffic.
No question. Schumacher, another deadly one. He was out there as well. But these return guys, deadly all around as they have the chance to take it to the house at any time. So here we go. Rumbach with the carry as he puts his shoulder down, buries it. He's going to be drugged down about the 46-yard line. A nice short gain there on first down.
Let's talk about this Lima Central Catholic Thunderbirds team. They're cruising back to the playoffs. As Coach Scott Paulty, 68-31. You can see their state semifinals, regional final appearance, and now they're 6-4. They put together a really nice streak there at the end of the year.
No question.
4-1 to make the playoffs down the stretch.
And it's going to be Rumbach who powers his way forward close to the first down marker, depending on the spot. Looks like he might just be short. So it could bring up a big third and inches for the Senecas. So, Zach, you got me thinking there. You're talking about Rumbach. I mean, obviously, a tremendous defender, tremendous running back, but you were bringing him up there in the return game. I had to look it up. He averages 18.3 yards a return. So dangerous anywhere on the field, really, is what that comes down to. All right, here we go. Schultz, quarterback keeper. He's got the first down and more as he's working his way. Fumble again. Schultz hit hard, coughed it up, and it looks like Calvert was able to hold on to it. Ooh, that could have been another costly turnover. But luckily, Calvert was able to hold on to it and not give it away again. So first down, Calvert on the scramble by Schultz. He's really got to work on that ball security as he's thrown an interception, had a fumble already tonight, and nearly had a second fumble right there on that rush. Here we go. Schultz looking to his left, dialing up a big one to Morgan, overthrown, intercepted. LCC football.
Yep. Hang on there.
Wow. The fingertip interception, and that's the second interception for Schultz tonight.
Payne Cutlip, the senior defensive back. Great job to play this one in the air. You can see here it was just way overthrown and made a nice over-the-shoulder grab there, did Cutlip.
Wow. That is the third turnover for Calvert, and we still have 4 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Oof. Not the way you wanted to start tonight's playoff game if you're the Senecas.
Not the way indeed. This is... Man, your stomach just kind of flips and turns right now if you're a Calvert fan.
No question. And Thunderbirds rush it right up the gut, drugged down about the 10-yard line. And it looks like it's number 23, Gabe Ciara, who picks up the yards for LCC. Oof. Rough start here for the Tiffin Seneca faithful. All right, Daniel, he's going to take it, or Parker rather, he's going to take it all the way. Quarterback keeper, hold on to it. Should have enough for a first down, I believe. Yes, indeed. So move the chains, first down, LCC. And that's what you want. I mean, what else do you say there, Zach? Their quarterback, he's kind of their do-it-all, but it's been all LCC so far.
Yeah, he's been doing it all season. That was a pretty effective quarterback keep. They're just running that read option play, and it's working out really, really well for them. They're doing it again here.
Ciara who takes it right up the middle, about the 20-yard line. Nice chunk gain for LCC.
So again, kind of the mechanics of this read option play. As the quarterback, you take the snap, you're reading that defensive end in your face. So it would be on the quarterback's right, the defense left. You're reading number 12 for Calvert. And you're watching to see exactly what they do. If they crash in and they go for that running back, you're going to pull that ball and take it yourself. Right here, again, you see they're running that option on the backside.
Sierra has got some space, 35-40, as he's knocked out of bounds.
We do have a flag on the play.
So depending on what they say on that flag, right now it looks like first down Thunderbirds. And it may be on the Senecas. Low block Senecas, first down Thunderbirds. See the official there on the screen. So some more self-inflicted wounds here for Calvert between the turnovers, now this penalty, adding on more yardage for LCC. That pushes LCC into some familiar territory, and that's a huge turn. That's a 15-yard penalty there, Zach, at the end of the run, and that's a tough thing to stop.
That is, and it's about discipline again, and that one's one of those kind of tic-tac fouls you'd see.
All right, so it's going to be Sierra. Gabe Sierra, number 23, hard running as he powers his way forward to the 46-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 45, so he'll be about 3 yards short of the first down marker. But what a hard run by the Thunderbird.
What a hard run indeed. I want to highlight some blocking there. Number 70, Chris Krinovic. Man, one of the smallest offensive tackles that are out there playing high school football, but man, he was pushing his man all the way up to the second level.
And Parker able to connect with his receiver for a first down. And another move the chains again as Matthew Quitman is able to pick up first down catch. We're at 1:40 in the first quarter. LCC 20-0 over Calvert, and they are still driving here and getting close to the end zone.
As you can see here, Columbian still over Rocky River. Seems to be kind of the opposite of how this one's going.
Yeah. All right. It's going to be Parker, forced to throw. Intercepted. There we go. Calvert, Morgan, interception. That's what they needed.
Lee Morgan making a play for his team. How about that?
And Calvert finally getting some positive news here, and it's the defense that steps up and gets their offense the ball back.
Great defensive pressure, too. Man, that's one of those interceptions that doesn't get thrown if there's no pass rush.
Yes.
If the quarterback has all day in the pocket, is comfortable, he's not going to throw that pick.
And that goes back to your X-Corray key to the game, Zach, where you squarely put it on this defense and that defensive line, and right there it shows up, and it shows up in a big way for Calvert. All right, 1st and 10 from the 4-yard line, and it's going to be Rumbach who gets the carry. Dangerous as somebody got hands on him at the goal line. He's pushed out of bounds after picking up a few yards. Ooh.
Nice couple yards after contact there, especially after having to go backwards into your own end zone.
That makes me nervous. I can only imagine what Coach Reeser's feeling right now. All right, so Rumbach able to get something out of nothing here and bring up 2nd and 8 from the 7-yard line for the Senecas. They've been able to string some good yards together here on offense. It's just turnovers have cut each of those drives short.
Yeah, there's some good offensive play calling here. Good plays, but let's see how.
Is Schulte going deep to Klaus. Got a step, unable to connect, though. And that'll be an incomplete, brings up 3rd and long from the shadows of the 7-yard line.
Yeah, Billy Klaus might have had a shot there if he gets his head around a little bit sooner, is able to pick around that ball. Had a step on his defender. Either way, would have been an impressive catch. That ball was overthrown.
And Schultz, he started off hot, connecting. Boom, boom, boom. And he's run a little cold here the last couple of tosses. So let's see if he can make something out of this 3rd and 8 as he keeps it, slings it, incomplete. Nobody in the area, really. Maybe Wolf, but incomplete, and that's going to bring the punting team out for Calvert.
I think he was hit as he threw there was Schultz. He kind of hit that sidearm. Kind of looked like Aaron Rodgers back there. I think he got hit, his elbow maybe.
Yeah.
Because that release was not, well, frankly, how he normally does it.
And I'm not sure if he was just trying to get rid of it because that internal clock of his was ticking, but nothing going, and Rumbach forced to punt it away to LCC, who gets it right around midfield, and they're going to keep on moving as the return man, number 21, Mayan Cowens, is pushed out of bounds inside the 20, and huge gain for LCC. They're right back where they were to begin with. Yep, right back where they were on that last drive before the interception.
We have a flag on the field.
Was it a flag or just a marker?
Definitely was a flag after, but I think they picked it up.
Okay, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line for LCC. No flag. So clean getaway here for the offense as Sierra follows his blocker, powers his way up to the 24-yard line.
You know, I've always wondered exactly how a running back feels when they're following an offensive lineman that close. You know, are they frustrated that they're not moving faster, that they're not getting out there?
Yeah.
Or are they more patient and waiting for a block to be made so they can take a cut and go?
I'm not a patient person, Zach. I would be frustrated. As LCC, they're taking the patient route here as they're willing and content to let the clock wind down to 0 here. So from Spartan Stadium in Lima, Ohio, after the first quarter of playoff football, LCC 20, Calvert 0. You're listening to Heart of Ohio Sports. We'll be back in a moment.
Hey, this is Connor Roush, and you are watching high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Small business owners need somebody that can open the door to financing. And at First National Bank of Sycamore, we love opening the door for financing opportunities.
How are we doing, guys? My name is Joey Krajewski, co-host of the Over Under podcast on Heart of Ohio Sports. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock and every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Thank you, guys.
Like, follow, and subscribe to Heart of Ohio Sports on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. Good evening. Welcome back to the second quarter of play from Lima, Ohio, here at Spartan Stadium. And if you are just tuning in right now, you've missed a lot, as it is LCC 20, Calvert 0. And LCC is looking to drive as they have the ball inside the 20, and it's going to be Parker, the quarterback, met by this defense, stopped short of the first down marker. But this LCC football team, 6-4 on the regular season, they have looked like a really tough opponent for the Calvert Senecas.
Yeah, that they have. And the name of the game has been turnovers.
No question.
Calvert is sustaining drives, and they're playing really well on offense. It seems they can put some plays together in a row, but man, it just ends in turnovers. And to the credit, the Thunderbirds have just taken advantage of that.
Yeah, getting a lot of points on turnovers as there's a flag on the field. The Thunderbirds have 3 turnovers as this one is on LCC. That'll push them back a little bit, make it harder for them to convert here. They've got 2 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery, and they've got 3 touchdowns so far tonight. And that's your game wrap up here. Calvert, good drives, but just not much of anything else going on. Like to thank Klaus Electric, Rogers Flowers, XCarray, Phillips Electric, FNBS, MST, UIS Insurance and Investment, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, and of course Benchwarmers, our sponsors tonight. And that'll bring up second down for the Thunderbirds as they are just really working the clock at this moment.
Another couple scores, Dom, and I tell you, it's that running clock curse that you got.
I do.
Every game you're at.
I do. So, this LCC team, you talk about their string of games here the last 5 weeks. They had Hopewell Loudon, a common opponent. They were able to defeat Hopewell Loudon 31-8 5 weeks ago. So that might give our viewers a little context about how tough of a team LCC really is. You can see they power their way forward, hard running up to the 10-yard line. And it'll bring up 3rd and long for the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, Quatman, who just had that nice run there, limping off. I think they're going to substitute in number 5, Cutlip.
Yeah, it looks like it might be a timeout. Yeah, timeout LCC. And, of course, we'd like to thank UIS Insurance and Investment, our timeout sponsor tonight, as they will keep us on time here. 20-0 LCC over Calvert with 10 minutes left in the first half of play. You also need to make sure you stay tuned here. We've got our halftime show coming up, and we will be featuring a couple of quick interviews with our coaches we had down on the field. Of course, we will recap some of the area playoff matchups as well as all of tonight's action here from Spartan Stadium in Lima, Ohio. That, of course, will be our FNBS halftime show. So make sure you stay tuned here at Heart of Ohio Sports.
Yeah, you mentioned action, and action there has been. The Thunderbirds have just dominated this game so far. And I think really that comes down to taking advantage of the opportunities that they're given.
No question at all. All right, so here we go. Parker from the shotgun, and he's going to roll out to his right. Hit his man, and I think Calvert's able to stop him just a yard shy of the goal line, and first down for LCC. I got to be honest, Thunderbirds look methodical tonight, Zach.
Yeah, they do. They're putting together really nice drives. They're mixing up the run and the pass, which they haven't done as much this season. They've been primarily a running team, but tonight they're able to throw the ball around a little bit.
Touchdown.
As we have another
Parker in for another score. It's now 26-0. You were saying they haven't thrown the ball much this season, and that came from the mouth of Coach Scott Pulte, LCC's head coach. He literally said, "We run the football. We won't throw it much, 10 to 15 times a game." I think he lied to us.
Well, they're certainly on track to have a lot more offensive plays, so maybe the ratios are a little off there.
It could be. Maybe he was worried that some of our Calvert faithful or some of our Tiffin faithful tuning in and going to give state secrets away to Coach Reeser. I don't know. PAT's up and good. It's 27-0 with 9:31 left in the first half of play here from Lima, Ohio. And the Lima Central Catholic Thunderbirds have a commanding lead in this first week of playoff football. Yeah. I gotta be honest, Zach, I'm trying to keep track of all the action, and I'm running out of room. It's been so much here in the first half of play.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Again, pretty soon we might have to go to a running clock. And it's interesting because Calvert hasn't played all that poorly, I don't think. I
No.
mean, they made a couple of mistakes here and there, but again, they can sustain drives.
Yeah.
They've had some nice defensive plays.
It's really been 3 plays that have turned the score into what it is. That's it, 3 plays. Everything else has been pretty darn good for Calvert as they've moved the ball up and down the field pretty good, pretty well. No real resistance, but a fumble, a couple of interceptions. That's the difference in tonight's football game. That's why it's 27-0. And it's going to be Schumacher. Gets it at the 20. Looking for some blockers. Hit. Drugged down at the 24-yard line. Not much of a game there for John Schumacher.
Yeah, it looked like he was being a little too patient for my taste. He was waiting for things to develop, waiting to see the blocking patterns, but kind of just trotted a little bit, for lack of a better word, for 5-10 yards. And then he was able to try to hit that hole and make a cut, but great special teams play by the Thunderbirds.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line for Calvert, and they need to get some offense going here and put some points up. Of course, they will get the football first in the second half, so that's the good news here, Zach. But they need to take care of these possessions as Schultz flips it to Rumbach, 25, shoestring tackle as he's going to be pushed out of bounds around the 30, maybe the 31, depending on the spot. But Schultz looked like he wanted to take it himself, but was hit by a defender and forced to pitch it back to Rumbach, who got some positive yards. So 2nd and 4 for the Senecas here after a good run by Rumbach. And something to keep an eye on, Klaus, their leading receiver, split out to the left all alone. Nobody back deep on the defense. Maybe a chance to toss it over top. That's exactly what they're going to do, toss it over top of the defense. Klaus, reception, pushed out of bounds, 1st down, Calvert. Calling plays now, Zach.
I tell you what, am I up in the booth with Steve Reeser? I don't know. Great job. Great ball placement there by Schultz again.
Wouldn't you see? I've got a phone call from Reeser asking me what to call next.
I mean, when you're hot, Dom. Oh, my goodness. But again, great ball there by Schultz. Put it right in the breadbasket, over the shoulder.
Great connection, Schultz to Klaus. 1st down for the Senecas. 1st and 10 from the 28 on the other side of the field now. And they're going to keep this thing going as he slips it out to Rumbach. And Rumbach will be pushed out of bounds after a 1-yard gain.
Still can't get over that.
Yep.
Tony Romo up here in the booth.
We've had a chance to watch Calvert. This is our 4th game this season, and you get familiar with the team, with the coaching staff, some of their play calls. But really great job this season by the Seneca staff, and there's some really phenomenal kids down here, and they are a young football team. I cannot stress that enough. Only 7 seniors on the Seneca team, so they're going to be back next year, and they're just going to be better for experiences like tonight as Warneman takes it up the middle.
Yeah, they're going to be back. Schultz is going to be back. I believe Warneman will be.
Yep.
Rumbach?
Yeah.
I think so, too. A lot of these key players for Calvert are going to be here another 2 years, another 3 years, another year. So it'll be interesting to see where this team goes once they build up that experience, that chemistry.
Definitely. Now, Coach Reeser, he described this team as gritty before the game. This is one of those moments where you need to show some fight. And Schultz, He's got some pressure as he rolls out left, forced to throw it. He's got Morgan, and he drops it. Oh, man, he had him right there. Bounced off his hands. Incomplete, 4th down, Calvert.
Yeah, Lee Morgan coming across the middle, basically wide open. Throw is a little low, but as a receiver, you really got to come up with that.
And nobody was in the area with Morgan. You didn't do it justice there, Zach. Wide open is an understatement in that case.
I think they had a linebacker in coverage trying to match that speed there.
That's a tough one if you're trying to catch up with Lee Morgan. 4th and 6 for Calvert. They need it. Here we go. Schultz rolling to his left. Passing. Morgan again. Oh, incomplete. And that'll be a turnover on downs. LCC gets the football back. I don't know if I would have dialed that pass up because, you needed, 6 yards? And the middle of the field was wide open last time. I would have went back to that. What do I know?
I'm just out here calling plays. It was definitely a play call. I think if that ball is put perfectly on Morgan, he'd have a chance at it. He did have both of the defenders beat by maybe half a step.
Morgan's a dangerous receiver.
He is.
Absolutely. So you cannot question throwing it to him whatsoever. But you need to make sure you keep this alive. So now it's up to your defense to do something as I believe it was Rumbach sticking the running back, stopping him short of that 1st down marker. So the defense, they've got 1 interception so far tonight, which is the good news. The offense has turned the ball over 3 times tonight, which is the bad news for Calvert. So let's hope that the defense can show up and get a good stop here, because offenses look good. They have looked really good so far tonight. They just little things. All right, it's going to be number 23, Sierra. Taken down, 1st down, Thunderbirds.
Yeah, right now Tiffin Calvert's main problem is they're kind of letting people get to the 2nd level practically untouched. That falls on the defensive line, your linebackers who are rushing the ball.
Yep.
They really need to do a better job of getting off blocks early and often, try to get into that backfield.
And they've got a lot of young kids on that defensive line as they're able to stop the pitch and catch right there, as it was Bork, the receiver. But it'll be 2nd and 5 for LCC. You got a lot of young talent on the defensive line for Calvert, but that defensive line, as you said earlier, that's going to make or break tonight, as they've got to put pressure on Parker and make him uncomfortable back there. They just haven't been able to do that consistently so far. All right, it's going to be Parker, and he's going to be hit hard. There you go. Flag on the field, though, as a huge defensive stop on 2nd down. Let's see where this one, what side the flag falls.
And that flag came up as soon as the hit happened.
From the far side of the field on the Calvert sideline. What's the call here? I can't tell. They pick it up? I think they picked it up, Zach. Sideline warning. That's what the PA announcer said. Sideline warning. Okay. So sideline warning. I assume on Calvert because it came from their side of the field. So 3rd and 5. And it's going to be, Parker hit his man right between the number. Quaitman, incomplete, 4th down for LCC. Matthew Quaitman, the intended receiver.
Quaitman came off the field earlier, a little banged up. If you remember, down here in Calvert territory, back in the game. It's good to see that ball was perfect right at that 1st down line.
And Looks like Godfrey, who's deadly on punt returns, is going to take it, but this time be buried at the 25, right where he caught it. So Calvert offense going to come back out, and I think we've said it a lot as we've got 5:15 left in the first half of play here from Spartan Stadium in Lima, Ohio. LCC 27-0 over Calvert. I believe we've said it a lot here, Zach. Offenses look good. They've looked really good. Just one play each drive seems to derail things and prevent them from putting points up, whether it's a fumble, interception, or just an overthrown pass. Just haven't been able to get that one play to help them bust through. Schultz looking deep. Quick toss off to Klaus. Klaus works his way forward, got a little room, pushed out of bounds around the first down marker. Should be enough for a first down. That'll stop the clock and give them a fresh set.
Yeah, that play there, we called the jailbreak screen. That's when you send your tackle, maybe even your guard out left. And it's a wide receiver screen. And you get the big guys on the little guys and see what happens.
And it looks like Reeser going back to a familiar formula early in the game. It was short passes for Schultz, and he connected on each and every one of those and allowed this offense to really get moving. And seems like this might be the way to go here in the second quarter. So far, so good. Schultz, hard count, gives it to Warniment. Warniment got space and blockers. He's got another first down and more as he's pushed out of bounds around midfield. Cal Warniment, big gain, first down for the Senecas.
Yeah, right there. The quarterback, Schultz, kind of got the linebackers, the defense, when they jumped. We have a flag on the field. It's a holding call against the Senecas. Maybe that's
Ouch.
why he was able to get the edge there, I think is what that was.
Is that what it was on Calvert?
It was on Calvert as a holding call.
That's their second penalty tonight.
I think that had to come on the edge. That's how the running back was able to get that much space in the wide open. But I also wanted to give credit to Schultz. The defense, they kind of they fake blitz. They go on that first call, and then they back off. Well, when they're backing off, that's when he called the play, gets them on their heels.
Schultz rolling out to his left. Pitch and catch Klaus. Klaus drops it. Juggled the ball, dropped it, incomplete. And that'll bring up 2nd and 17 for the Senecas.
Yeah, we're kind of seeing the struggles in the passing game manifest themselves here. If it wasn't Schultz, it was the receivers. It feels like they very rarely, Calvert, got them lined up on the exact same page for an entire game.
And you mentioned earlier, Schultz, all season long, he's only a 50% completion. So we shouldn't be too shocked. There's going to be some of these misses, but it's playoff time. You want your playmakers to help you out. Speaking of playmakers, Rumbach takes the handoff and picks up a few here. That'll bring up 3rd and long for the Senecas. And the unfortunate side is the strength of your offense here. You've got Warniment and Rumbach, two solid, really dynamic running backs. You're really not able to use them the way you want to because you got to pick up big yardage and try to play some catch up.
Sure, when you're down big, you need to have an effective passing game to keep yourself in it. Expect Lee Morgan, expect Billy Klaus to have an increased workload tonight.
Morgan on the left, Klaus on the right. As Schultz looks Morgan's way, going deep, and he's double covered, underthrows it. Oh, Morgan unable to come back and get the ball. He nearly did, though. And incomplete, 4th and long for the Senecas.
That's another one. The ball was underthrown, sure. It was into double coverage, which is hard enough, but then it felt like Lee Morgan had a chance to come back and attack that ball, and it seems like all of them, offense and defense, just kind of sat down there waiting for it instead of going to attack it. And that's what a lot of times you want to see as a coach. You want to see your receivers go up and high point the football, go attack, be aggressive when going for the ball in the air.
So punted away, and it's going to hit Schumacher in the back of the helmet. And it'll be down at the 38-yard line. Or no, they're saying 40-yard line is where it hit Schumacher in the back.
It's unfortunate you get pegged out of nowhere.
Look, he got down there fast, and that's what you want on a punt team, but you don't want to be in front of the ball. I mean, I was on the punt team for a week in high school, so
you got experience, is what you're telling
I've got
me.
a lot of experience, is what I'm telling you. I have got 5 days of experience that I can share with our viewers.
I was not on the punt. I was not on any special teams in high school. They wanted me nowhere near the football.
Well, I was the long snapper, but the problem is I couldn't snap the ball, so everything else didn't matter. All right, Parker tossing it over the top, got his man Quaitman, and he's going to be taken down, wrestled to the ground inside the 10-yard line. Huge gain, LCC, another big passing play for the Thunderbirds.
Quaitman again was able to burn Lee Morgan and Rumbach in the coverage. And that's going to be something you might see tonight. They're forced to have these long drives. Lee Morgan had to basically run streaks for 3 plays in a row. He's just running gassers down there, and
now he's on defense.
Now he's got to go back out there on defense and try to cover these speedy options that the Thunderbirds have on offense.
And, I mean, this is a pretty common thing for a Division VII football team. You've got a lot of two-way players. It's not until you get up into D3, 2 and 1, where you've got, those guys that specialize. So LCC rushes it up the middle, taken down at the 5. It'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line for the Thunderbirds.
But, yeah, to get back to what we were saying, they wanted me nowhere near special teams except for a field goal block. I was there.
I was a field goal. I was a long snapper for a little while. Obviously, not very good, so they moved me. And then I held the kicks for PAT for a little while. Got kicked in the hand and said, no thanks. We weren't very good at kicking the ball anyways. Meanwhile, it's going to be Parker for another touchdown. LCC with another score. Yeah, they ended up settling by putting me on the kickoff return team, and I stuck there all season long. I blocked.
They found a place for you.
Here, get hit hard and don't let this guy anywhere near our return men. Like, all right, I can do it.
Check this out on replay right here. Again, just a quarterback keeper out the left side. You got your blockers in space, and that's just well-executed football. 34-0 now that they have the made extra point. And, Dom, it might be time to start talking about our running clock rules.
Yeah, unfortunately, it might be time to start. But for now, let's just talk about Parker. Carson Parker. So Coach Pulte said, hey, our offense starts with Parker, dual threat quarterback. As he goes, we go. And I don't think he was lying in that regard, because Parker, he's got quite a few touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns this quarter alone. And that didn't even include the interception pick 6 that he had in the first quarter. Two-way star there, Zach. He's been taking it to the Senecas tonight.
Yeah, he has been. And again, it comes down to just not making mistakes. He's doing his job right. He's making the correct reads. He's reading the defense well. He's breaking some tackles. And, well, now he's just hanging out on the sideline, watching his team go up 34-0. And it is basically in cruise control for the rest of this one.
We got 2.5 minutes left in the first half of play here. Make sure you stay tuned. Our halftime show brought to you by FNBS here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'll review all of tonight's action. We will make sure we take a look around the playoff picture, try to get some scores and updates from you, for you. But we'll also listen in with our coach's interview from before the game. That's all right here in our halftime show brought to you by FNBS.
I tell you what, the Columbian Rocky River game on the A stream is looking identical to this one, 34-0 with a minute left to go in their half.
Interesting.
34-0 with 2:30 left to go here. So, both games I think are going to be over relatively quickly.
Yeah. There's a good chance. So let's see as Calvert's got the spread formation in full effect here. Let's see what they're able to dial up as Schultz looking deep, scrambling out left as he's got pressure. He slings it to Morgan on the comeback. Clock will continue to move as they pick up about 6 on that one. Second and short for Calvert. 2:13, 2:12 now left in the first half of play.
Great job there by Morgan. That's called a scramble drill. That's when your widest wide receivers, your deepest wide receivers, they start running back towards the quarterback, and your shortest, your shallowest wide receivers start running out deep. Try to throw off their defenders. Give their quarterback, give Schultz something to throw to.
Not a lot of urgency for the Senecas right now. 146, 145 left in the first half. It's going to be Rumbach rushing it off to the right side. He dials it up. He's got a first down and more as he gashes the defense. He's still moving, and he's going to be drugged down at the 45-yard line. Huge gain, Jacob Rumbach.
Man, one thing we've said about Rumbach all year is he just has incredible field vision.
Oh.
He sees the lanes. He sees where he needs to make cuts, and he hits it.
We talked to Coach Reeser at the tailgate event last night, and he just gushed about these two running backs, Warnament, Rumbach, and he's just such a competitive duo, so prepared. He's just so proud of the young men that he's got. Schultz rolls out to his left, tosses it deep, overthrows Klaus, incomplete. That'll stop the clock. 1:10 on the clock here in the first half. 2nd and 10 from the 45 for Calvert. So let's see if Calvert is able to do something here. They still have 3 full timeouts that they can use at any time. And, of course, they will receive the football first in the second half as LCC won the coin toss and elected to receive in the first half. So here we go. White out formation. Schultz, low snap, holds on to it, looking to his right, slings it. Morgan got his man. First down, Calvert. What a catch by Lee Morgan as he got popped after getting hands on it, able to reel it in. That's what you need.
Yeah, that was a great physical catch there by Morgan. Over the middle, you know you're going to get hit. Why not catch the ball? He took the contact, absorbed it, and was able to hold on and give this drive some hope.
1st and 10 from the 26-yard line after a huge gain to Morgan. And Schultz rolling to his left. He's got pressure. And Klaus, I'm not sure that he was not able to catch it inbounds, so that'll be an incomplete pass and bring up 2nd and long for the Senecas.
Seems that Schultz tonight has been struggling making that throw to the opposite sideline. It's a tough one to make, especially trying to hit your wide receiver in stride. You really want to find the balance of putting that ball right on the hashes, right on that sideline, so your receiver can catch it inbounds and take it out of bounds.
36 seconds left in the first half here. Again, Calvert has their full 3 timeouts to use at any time. So Schultz rolling to his left, looking to pass, nobody open. He's scrambling. He's got trouble, and he's going to be hit behind the line for a huge loss. Wow, huge loss as he just had nowhere to go, and that's going to force Coach Reeser to call a timeout.
Kudos to Jacob Lauk. Defensive lineman staying with Schultz even as he scrambles.
UIS Insurance and Investments, our timeout sponsor here for tonight's playoff game. Making sure that they keep us straight here, and Calvert uses their first timeout. There's 20 seconds left in the first half of play. They've got a 3rd and 19 coming up here, and they are down 34-0 as LCC has just lit up the scoreboard so far in the first half.
Yeah, Dom. The drive had a lot of hope up until that huge sack that Schultz had to take.
But that's the challenge, Zach. When you know you're down this much, you've got to pass, and you are a run-first football team. So LCC, they're just banking on the fact that you're going to pass the ball, and they did a tremendous job of covering up your deep playmakers. And Schultz he had nowhere to go. He had to swallow it.
So I don't think you're dead yet
No.
in the water. I think you do have to come away with this drive with some points. Now, is that even a field goal? It's just you need something to take with you into the locker room. You know,
you're right, but I think of it this way. Last week, Calvert, they put up 3 touchdowns in the third quarter. That was just last week. They are not out of it. They've got the weapons to make this an interesting ball game. So let's see if they can make it happen starting right now on 3rd and 19.
Calvert does outscore LCC in the third and fourth quarter this season, so certainly a shot.
Schultz going to have to tuck it and run as receivers well covered again, and he's going to be hit hard. Ouch. A Schultz sandwich at the 30-yard line. I think that's going to be it for Calvert here in the half. Yeah, Schultz took one. He took 2 shots on back-to-back plays. Yep, that's going to be it. So the end, 1 second, timeout. Hey, UIS Insurance and Investments, our timeout sponsor, they're here to tell you another timeout's been taken, 1 second left. I'm not sure who took that. Was it, which side was it? As you see here on the replay, Schultz taking a very hard hit at the end of that play as he was forced to tuck it and run.
That was Calvert.
Was it Calvert again? Okay, yeah, Calvert who took the timeout. Yeah, Connor, no mic tonight for Connor Roush, our incredible sideline man, but he's given us all sorts of cool motions as he's been learning some ASL, some sign language over the summer, and he wants to show it off, and he wanted to test tonight. So he's been giving us the hand signals and clearly pointed out Calvert called the timeout. Thank you.
Interesting lineup they have here for Calvert. Run the trips to the left.
You can see LCC back deep in the end zone, not wanting Schultz to sling it out there, and that's what he's going to do, toss it up to his men. Rumbach in the area, picked off by LCC again, and they're electing to run it out, and they're still running with it. 25-30, 35 still moving, and it's going to be Schultz who drags him down at the 34-yard line. That'll be the end of the first half of play. And LCC with a commanding lead over the Calvert Senecas. It is 34-0 from Spartan Stadium. It's halftime. Make sure you come right back here for our halftime show as we've got coaches' interviews and a recap of the first half of action. Hey, this is Dominic Helmstetter, and you are watching high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Hey guys, this is Aaron Steyer from the Over Under Pod. You catch us every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 8:30. Come join the fun.
Like, follow, and subscribe to Heart of Ohio Sports on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter.
UIS Insurance and Investment and family-owned.
Want to take your marketing plan to the next level?
Insurance and financial services with
Shoot us an email at
Sam Shell
HOOS@broadcasting.com.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
Hey guys, this is Aaron Steyer from the Over Under Pod. You catch us every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 8:30. Come join the fun.
Catch up on all the scores from the night before on the Saturday Scoreboard Show, live every Saturday at 9 a.m. on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Stay right here. You're locked in on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Klaus Electric is a veteran and family-owned full-service electrical contracting firm that has grown to be a first-class electrical contractor serving Northwest Ohio. Their mission is to provide high-quality commercial and industrial electrical projects in a timely manner. They do this by forming and training a professional team of employees who are dedicated to their core values, conscious of safe work practices, all while forming long-term relationships with their customers. Visit their website for more information at klauselectric.com. UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your homegrown agent Sam Schelt Palm for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1132.
Standing here with Coach Tiffin Calvert, head coach. Coach, big playoff game tonight. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your team?
Obviously, we're excited to be here in week 11. We're playing really well as of late, we feel. So obviously, we get a great opportunity tonight to play a football team and a playoff atmosphere. So we'll see what that brings.
All right, this LCC team, a lot of our viewers may not know anything about them. What would you say? How would you describe LCC?
Well, obviously, they're a very athletic football team. They're for being a D7 school, they play a lot of bigger school competitions. They understand what it takes to play physical football. They don't have maybe a 100-man roster. They get some great size, some great physical, and some great ability.
All right, final. What are the big keys for you tonight so that you have a successful night?
Same as usual, probably, right? Yeah.
There we go. You guys heard it right here. And we'll give you more second half. Dominic Helmstead here with Heart of Ohio Sports from Tiffin, Ohio. We are in Lima Spartan Stadium here. I've got LCC head coach, Coach Pulte with me. Hey, Coach, welcome on the program. Congratulations on a great season and making the playoffs.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Have me on here.
All right, so a lot of our viewers, they don't know anything about LCC football. Just introduce us to what kind of brand you guys like to play.
We try to play fast. We like to run the ball. We'll throw 15, 20 times a game on average. We like to be aggressive on defense, and we're quarterback centered. He's our leading rusher. Obviously, he's our leading passer as well. So, our offense is built around him, and he's a good football player for us. And we have 4 senior offensive linemen to rely on, and on defense, we have 3 senior linebackers. So we have some good experience, and it'll probably be a synopsis of our football team.
All right, if you had to describe this team this season, what would you say this team is really, really like? Inside and inside the hash, the lines, and outside the lines.
Just really great. Our kids are really working hard, really hard-nosed. It was a really good senior class. It just grinds it every day and sets a great example, great leadership. They're going to play hard for 48 minutes. That's a guarantee. Just some really good kids.
All right, what do you think your keys for tonight's game are as a team?
Number one, you can't turn the ball. That's number one. You got to take care of the football turnovers. We'll end your season real quickly. You got to have good special teams. Bad special teams, stay here or there, and you're going to be
awesome. Hey, thanks a lot, Coach. We really appreciate it. Back to you guys.
Thank you.
And we are back at Spartan Stadium in Lima, Ohio for a huge playoff matchup, Division 7. So far here at halftime, Lima Central Catholic. They've got a commanding 34-0 lead over the Calvert Senecas. You're listening to Heart of Ohio. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports here. Dominic Helmstetter. I've got Zach Dillon, and on the camera, Connor Roush. Welcome back. Thank you again for tuning in to tonight's playoff matchup. And so far, it's been a little lopsided in favor of the Thunderbirds. And if you do a quick recap, it's really very simple. I think the tail of the tape will show you. Calvert had 4 turnovers in the first half. LCC only had 1, and the big thing is LCC converted every one of those turnovers into touchdowns.
Yeah, they have been able to take advantage of any mistake, any opportunity they've been given, and I think that's what separates some of these playoff teams apart from others.
Absolutely, and when you start digging into the conversation of who's been doing well, it has to start with Carson Parker, the quarterback for LCC. He's had a lights-out evening so far, whether it's running the ball, throwing the ball, or playing defense. He had 2 touchdown runs in the second quarter. He had an interception, pick 6, took it to the house there in the first quarter, and he's been able to throw the ball pretty well. And he's a run-first option, and he's been able to throw the ball really well.
Yeah, you heard that interview at halftime with Coach Pulte of the Thunderbirds, and Parker really is their man on offense. This team lives and breathes through him. He's been playing lights out tonight. He can run the ball. He can throw the ball. And he can intercept the ball. And we've seen that tonight if you want to go over some of our main events here from the first half.
Yeah, so you've got LCC. They started things off. We're talking 90 seconds into the football game. They marched down the field, punched in a touchdown, and then they picked up a fumble recovery. That was the first turnover for Calvert. Picked up a fumble recovery. Then immediately, we're talking about 10 seconds later, Parker threw it over the top of the Calvert defense for a 75-yard pitch and catch touchdown. And that's just the first 2 minutes of the football game.
And that was one of the most wide-open touchdown passes we've ever seen.
Absolutely. And then Parker picked them off with a pick 6. And Calvert was able to get a turnover there at the end of the first quarter, but they were not able to convert, do anything else. And then it was all Parker in the second quarter, and 34-0. There's your score, Zach.
Oh, my goodness.
Just like that.
Well, I think we have to say Calvert, they've been a second-half football team.
Absolutely.
And let me tell you, this is one of the biggest obstacles you're going to have to overcome over the course of the season, but Calvert's got to find a way. Once again, this is playoff football. One and done.
Yeah, no tomorrow.
No tomorrow is guaranteed. So I'm eager to see what happens here in the second half.
No question. And I just think back to last week. We had a chance to watch Calvert, their Week 10 game against Lakota. Lakota, very tough team. They rush the ball a lot, just like LCC. And Calvert, they came out absolutely on fire here in the third quarter last week. They put up 3 touchdowns, and they took off from there. And historically, I mean, you mentioned it earlier, Calvert, third quarter team, second half team. They put up a lot of points. They get the football back first here in the second half. So I'm hoping to see some fireworks from the Senecas. They've got the talent. They've got those skilled players that can just bust this game wide open.
That they do. I think it's important to mention this Thunderbirds crew is a lot different from Lakota. Lakota's a very young team.
Just a little.
They have a bright future, but they're not quite there yet. This Thunderbirds team has played great this season. They have played some very, very tough teams. A lot of teams that are 9-1, 8-2, 7-3. All of them are playoff teams. They went and had a really, really tough stretch. And they almost went out. They went 4-1 down the stretch to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
They beat the only common opponent, Hopewell Loudon,
Yeah, and
big.
that was a big victory. And we were looking around some of the local playoff teams, and Hopewell Loudon is one of them. And they've got a showdown with Seneca East tonight. It's a tight one there in Bascom, Ohio.
Yeah, 12-8 in the third quarter. Some other scores from around the Seneca County area. Some teams that we might cover next week. We'll see. Columbia and Rocky River. Columbia up 44-0 at halftime. You're going to see a little bit more of that dual stream tonight, but that game is just about over already. Yep. We already covered Hopewell Loudon. Cary over Riverdale, 49-0. Again, Cary continuing their unbeaten streak.
Such a tough team, Cary team. Wow.
Maybe a more competitive game. Colonel Crawford currently over Margaretta, 28-14 at half.
Yeah, we had a chance to watch Margaretta earlier this season, and they played Calvert. They're a tough team, but so is Colonel Crawford.
Exactly, and I got to see them on the A stream with Nate playing Gibsonburg, and that was an even closer game. Speaking of Gibsonburg over Edgerton, 29-14 at half. Clyde over Firelands, 28-14. Clyde looks like they're rolling. Fremont Ross down at home over North Royalton, 21-14 the score there. And then Bellevue, 20-3 versus Galleon at half.
A lot of great football, and it's playoff season. Yeah, playoff season in Ohio, and we love it. Something we should bring up here as we look down on the field and Calvert getting ready to receive the football with the 34-point differential tonight. We've got the running clock rule that's in place by the OHSAA, and essentially there's only 6 ways the clock will stop, whether it's an official timeout, an injury timeout, charge timeout, change of possession, end of a quarter, a score occurs, or some sort of extended delay because of the official. So really the officials, they're the ones that will control the second half clock unless Calvert's able to put up some points. So here we go. Second half of play is underway in Lima, Ohio, as Jacob Rumbach rumbles his way up to the 28-yard line, and we get a chance to see what kind of adjustments this Seneca offense has been able to make. They looked really good in the first half, Zach. It's just one play here or there, those fumble or interception that kind of stalled out some of their positive drives.
Well, here's what I'll say. I think that Calvert has looked good enough in the first half, but not good enough for a playoff game, if that's what I mean. I mean, they put together some drives, like you said. They've been able to sustain some things, but turnovers and penalties have really
There goes
cost
Warnament. First down, Senecas. Yeah, that's sustainability you were just mentioning, Zach. That's going to be the key here in the second half. And Calvert, we keep saying it. They make solid adjustments. Good coaching down there. Make solid adjustments and always come out working and playing great here in the third quarter. So let's see if they continue that streak that they've had so far this season. All right, Warneman, first down carry, and it's going to be Schultz pitch and catch with Klaus. As Klaus jukes his way up and out of bounds, picks up about 7 on the play. That'll bring up second and short for Calvert.
Yeah, it is important to mention that this Tiffin Calvert team does outscore the Thunderbirds in the third and fourth quarters on average this season. So we'll see here exactly how this game's going to progress, but it all starts here with the opening drive. They need to come away with points and set the tone here early in the third.
No question at all. All right, here we go. Schultz going to give it to Warneman, and he's going to work his way behind Rumbach on the right side. First down tote for Warneman, and he's still going as he's going to be drugged down around the 40-yard line. First down for Calvert. Flag on the field. Let's see if the first down stands. And it's against Calvert. It's going to take that huge run back. And what was positive now turns into a negative play for the Senecas. Yeah, looks like one of the blockers got hands on the defender, and that's going to reverse it all.
Yeah, sometimes when you see those kind of wide open runs, those huge gainers, sometimes that's where it happens. They're only allowed to happen because you get a hold on the offensive line.
So here we go. Schultz fakes it to Warneman, looking to pass, slings it off Rumbach's hands, and nearly intercepted by number 1, Carson Parker.
Yeah, look here on a replay. The ball, Parker, the quarterback, just goes right through his hands here. You see here at the end, he's on the ground, disappointed in himself. He knew
he had a chance. Yeah, exactly. He had a chance, and he's already got one of those. He had a pick 6 in the first half, and he was hoping to add to that total, but unable to bring it in. So Calvert's now got a 3rd and long to go here. It looks like it's about 3rd and 15. Schultz, eyes looking deep, flushed out of the pocket, taken down well short of the first down marker. And that's a huge, huge tackle for number 55, D'Angelo Russell.
Big D'Angelo Russell, number 55, able to get his hands on Schultz, drag him down. Great job there. You love to see defensive linemen being athletes.
And he's been giving Schultz trouble all night long as this LCC defense has been putting Harry Schultz in an uncomfortable position many times. Low snap. Rumbach forced to run back. Get it, run it, kick it. He just gets it away. The punt is away. It's going to be at the 45, settled down at the 40-yard line. Excellent work by Jacob Rumbach, able to pick it up, hold on to it, and kick it away still and keep it away from those LCC defenders that were closing in on him.
Yeah, great job there by Rumbach, able to keep his cool when things go wrong. He's able to have his awareness about him, his senses about him, and get that ball off. Scary situation early here for the Senecas.
That's something that could have went wrong in about 10 different ways there, Zach, and Rumbach showing that high football IQ that you mentioned earlier, able to elude defenders and still kick it away.
All things considered, still the ball's in Thunderbird territory.
Yeah, so there at the 40-yard line is Parker. Goes through his receiver's hands, incomplete, 2nd down for LCC.
Yeah, the ball a little high. Number 4 took a shot there.
So, yeah, Quaitman, we've seen him a few times tonight. And he's been pretty active on the receiving end, picking up huge yards and critical moments for the Thunderbirds. So I almost expect to see more rushing from the Thunderbirds with such a huge lead. Salt this clock away. They are a rushing team, and wouldn't you know it, there it comes, as it's going to be Gabe Sierra, who takes it off to the right side, who's pushed out of bounds by Jacob Rumbach right around midfield, but Sierra picks up the 1st down, and they get a fresh set, and the chain gang will move on. Rumbach, the leading tackler for this Calvert defense, had 89 tackles in the season, and he is just adding to that total here during the playoffs. So 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. We're now down to 5:50 in the 3rd quarter as the clock continues to run. Fumble, LCC fumbled it as they're not able to hold on to the exchange, but Payne Cutlip able to pick it up off the bounce, drugged down for a huge loss, and it's going to be 3rd and long for LCC.
Yeah, it looked like Cutlip just never got his hands on it. He was never quite in possession of that little pitch there. So good job being able to get back on top of the football and not turn it over.
And if you're the Calvert defense, this is a critical opportunity. You've got them pushed back deep, 2nd and long here, and you have a chance to pin your ears back, put some pressure on this quarterback, and possibly force a poor decision. So here we go, rolling him out to the right. He slings it. He's got his man, connects, 1st down, and it's number 14, Billy Bork. 1st down, Thunderbirds. Wow, Zach, my eyes were glued to the defensive line because my thought was this Calvert defense, how are they going to respond after a great play on that last down? And LCC just rolled their quarterback out, completely negated the defensive line.
Yeah, when you're rolling your quarterback out like that, you're giving him space. You're running away from the defenders in a planned way. So that gives your quarterback time, puts him in motion, puts a little more strain on that defensive line.
Here we go. Sierra hit hard at the line of scrimmage. Not much running room, but manages to pick up a couple. So that'll bring up 2nd and long for LCC. Sierra's been their go-to running back so far tonight. He's been picking up some tough yards. And then before you know it, they spring Carson Parker on you, and he springs it out along the sidelines, and picks up even more yardage. It's a dangerous duo back there for the Thunderbirds. 2nd and 7 from the 36-yard line. LCC in Calvert territory as Parker looks to pass. He's got his man, first down and some more, as Klaus is able to wrestle him to the ground. And it's number 4, Quitman, with the reception. Another LCC first down, as this offense is really, they haven't been stopped at all tonight. They've been able to string together play after play, and need this Calvert defense to step up. They got that one interception in the first half. That was really the one moment, and it was down here in this part of the stadium. That one moment they were able to slow down the Thunderbirds. Meanwhile, they got the sweep as Cutlip comes from the far side of the field and works his way up after taking the handoff. Another first down for the Thunderbirds. As you can see, we've got our A stream showing it's 41-7. Columbian over Rocky River there in Tiffin, Ohio. So another high-scoring affair for the Columbian Tornadoes. And they had a phenomenal run last year in the playoffs. And I think a lot of people in the Tiffin area expecting much of the same from the Columbian Tornadoes this season. Meanwhile, we've got another touchdown in Lima, Ohio. So Columbian had 41 points in Tiffin. LCC now has 40 points in Lima. Pending the PAT, we might have another identical score situation on our hands.
Yeah, let's take a look at the replay here, Dom. Just wide open coming across the middle. See there's this play action read, and just behind the defense, able to find that gap in that zone coverage.
And LCC putting up some more points. PAT is up and good. It's now 41-0. Thunderbirds over the Senecas here at Spartan Stadium.
Hey, this is Connor Roush, and you are watching high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Small business owners need somebody that can open the door to financing. And at First National Bank of Sycamore, we love opening the door for financing opportunities.
How are we doing, guys? My name is Joey Krajewski, co-host of the Over Under podcast on Heart of Ohio Sports. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock and every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Thank you, guys.
Like, follow, and subscribe to Heart of Ohio Sports on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. Games. Welcome back to Spartan Stadium here in Lima, Ohio. LCC 41-0 over Calvert, and they just put up another touchdown. We've got 150 left in the third quarter here, and again,
resorting to talking basketball at halftime.
we were talking hoops. We love hoops. So here we go. Jacob Rumbach, 20-25, knocked out of bounds, hard hit, Rumbach pops right back up, and we're going to get another shot to see the Calvert offense and see how they respond. That was a hard hit, man.
Yeah, you know it's a hit when the entire bench runs over to you. I don't think I've ever seen that from a high school team. Every single member of that bench got up and ran over to number 60 who made the play there.
Yeah, I thought they were going to help Rumbach up, but no, they were just hooting and hollering for their main man down there.
It's Tyler Shipman.
And he's no small guy. I mean, that dude's got he's got some weight to throw around on the football field. Oh, boy. All right, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line for Calvert as they're going to give it to Warnament, who works his way out to the right side, hit hard at the waist, knocked down at the 31. That'll bring up 2nd and short for Calvert.
Yeah, Warnament cut down at the knees there.
Oof. Man, these Thunderbirds they're hitting hard.
They're bringing the thunder down.
They are bringing the thunder. And they're flying to the ball and all that good stuff. So, whew, boy. All right, 2nd and 10, or 2nd and 4, and it's Calvert's able to pitch and catch as number 2 has the reception there.
It's Bob Price.
We haven't heard much about Price tonight, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter here from Lima, Ohio. And 41-0, LCC remains in charge of tonight's playoff matchup. Want to take your marketing plan to the next level? Let's talk. Shoot us an email at hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
Hey guys, this is Aaron Steyer from the Over Under Pod. You catch us every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 8:30. Come join the fun.
Catch up on all the scores from the night before on the Saturday Scoreboard Show, live every Saturday at 9 a.m. on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Stay right here. You're locked in on Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports in Lima, Ohio. We are at Spartan Stadium, and the LCC Thunderbirds have a 41-0 lead over the Calvert Senecas. And it's the Senecas who are powering their way forward here as they pick up some yardage here. And, of course, our streaming service tonight is powered by Klaus Electric. Thank you, Klaus Electric, huge sponsor of tonight's playoff matchup. So we want to check in. We've got a few new names here as Jacob Kidwell, the freshman, on the rush there. So we want to make sure that we give a big shout out to Kidwell. We had a chance to see him pick up some huge yards in late game action a few weeks ago. So nice to see him, those springy legs, back out there on the field. Schultz looking to sling it. Incomplete to Wolf. That'll bring up 2nd and long for the Senecas.
See Schultz talking to Coach Reeser here, seeing how they're going to draw up this next pass play.
Yeah, so 2nd and 10 for Calvert. They're at the 48-yard line, so they've already crossed midfield here. And we're still under the rule there. Clock will continue to run. So really it's the officials or timeout on the field. That's the only way you're going to see it stop here, as a big number 34, Gage Herring, pounds the ball forward for a pickup of 6. And that'll bring up 3rd and short for Calvert.
Herring, their normal linebacker. He was 8th in the division in tackles with 89 this year.
Oof.
This is really the first time this season we're seeing him run the ball.
Yeah, not used a lot on offense. And, I mean, you've got to think of it this way. Warnament and Rumbach, they play both ways. Those boys, they've got to be tired, and they play on special teams. And, I mean, you got to give some others the opportunity. Schultz looking deep, overthrows Klaus, incomplete. It'll bring up 4th and short for the Senecas.
Yeah, for the remainder of the game, I mean, we're in 4th down territory. Not that there's much you can do. Down 41 with 9 minutes remaining, but
not a lot of 41-point plays that you can dial up.
Well, here's where they're at right now, right? It's a young team.
Yeah.
All right, it's a great time to let these guys gain some experience moving forward. You're not losing too many. And so this is a valuable lesson, I think. This is a learning moment for these guys. Everybody's coming back next year, basically. So you're taking your lumps now. And you're getting that experience at a playoff game, kind of what it's like.
That experience and learning how to win, that's a huge part for young teams. Meanwhile, Klaus snatches it out of the air. 30-25, he's still moving. He's up to the 20. He's got space. He might be able to take it in. 10, touchdown for Senecas. Billy Klaus punches it in from 42 yards out, and there's a flag on the field. Oh, no. What do we got?
It's going to be a holding on the Senecas that's going to bring it back.
That's the 3rd penalty of the night, and each of those penalties have come at the cost of big gains, and this one takes points off the board. You hate to see that, Zach. You really do.
Yeah, the holding had to be called there on the offensive line. Spotted the foul play. We're bringing it all the way back. And, that's kind of heartbreaking, right? You never want to see that.
No.
Obviously, you never want to have a touchdown called back. But when you're down so much, it feels like even when you win, even when you get a win, you can't quite come back from it. So
it's tough. It's really, really tough. That was an excellent pitch and catch play. Schultz to Klaus, and it's too bad they had to call that back. All right, so here we go. It's 1st and 10. Schultz looking. He's got Wolf at the 15, now at the 10. Powers his way up into the 7-yard line. So big gain on the follow-up play. And let's see if this Calvert team can punch it in. Coach Reitzer, if you just sit down and talk to him, he just talks about the character of this Calvert Senecas team. And I think you're seeing that right now. They're not hanging their heads about having that penalty take points off the board. Instead, they're right back out here on the field, and they pick up huge yardage, and they're ready to punch it in.
Exactly. We're not talking about Carter Wolf enough. That was a great play there. Able to find some hidden yards. Great throw on the run by Schultz, too.
And it's going to be Herring. Touchdown, Senecas. No flag this time. Senecas keep the points. Touchdown, Calvert. 8-yard touchdown rumble by Herring.
And that is one of the most wide-open touchdowns you're going to see by Gage Herring there.
Nobody wanted anything to do with that big man.
Great blocking up front on the offensive line. You're able to kind of separate that pressure, condense it all down right to the line of scrimmage. Your linebackers kind of dropping back. I don't know if they read coverage or what, but we're going to see this 2-point conversion here for Calvert.
Herring's going to remain in the backfield next to Schultz, so keep an eye there. But you've got some of your playmakers like Rumbach on the left, and it's going to be Rumbach on the left who gets the pitch and catch, bobbles it, drops it, incomplete. So it's going to remain 41-6 with 6:46 remaining in tonight's football game. LCC still in command, but Calvert strikes back with a big touchdown rumble.
Hey, this is Connor Roush, and you are watching high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Small business owners need somebody that can open the door to financing. And at First National Bank of Sycamore, we love opening the door for financing opportunities.
How are we doing, guys? My name is Joey Krajewski, co-host of the Over Under podcast on Heart of Ohio Sports. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock and every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Thank you, guys.
Like, follow, and subscribe to Heart of Ohio Sports on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. And we're back at Spartan Stadium as Calvert kicks a line drive where LCC will down it at the 25-yard line. So we had some news here, Zach, and it concerns a potential second-round matchup if LCC holds on tonight here, and it could be against Delphus St. John's. Of course, Delphus St. John's and LCC, they're very familiar as they played each other in the second week of the season, and it was LCC who came out with a big 54-27 win over St. John's.
Yeah, Delphus St. John's, normally a playoff staple here in Ohio high school football. They went 4-6 this year. Arlington 9-1, so that's a bit of a surprise. I mean, I'd like to say you're never surprised with a team like that.
Yeah.
But
flag on the field. So let's take a look at what it is. I think it's on LCC, false start. So they've got a few new players out there. So getting a little taste of the playoffs here.
Getting a little giddy, wanting to get your play over quicker. So Delphus St. John's 34, Arlington 17. The winner of this game will move on to them.
So you could have a possible rematch here.
A probable rematch, I think, at this point is Arlington down. Oh, yeah. Boy, what's math?
And the officials are going to force another LCC player off the field. Looks like it might be an equipment issue as they were pointing to his helmet. So just remember, the clock continues to roll unless the officials stop it. So the clock has continued to move even through some of these substitutions. We're at 4:43 left in tonight's football game. LCC with a commanding lead and a host of new players out on the field. So we'll do our best, make sure that we give these young men a shout-out. All right, it's going to be a handoff and fumble. Calvert's got it, and wouldn't you know it, it's Herring. Touchdown, fumble recovery. That's a good span of 30 seconds for him.
Good little lineup. Who forced the ball out there? I want to say it's number 61. You can see here at the end. What numbers do we have? That's Will Kurtz. Oh, how could I forget? Will Kurtz, leader in sacks this season for the team. He has 3. So forced fumble recovery there by Herring. Again, you have the opportunity to save a little face here.
Yep. Second turnover of the night for LCC. They threw an interception in the first half, and now they've got a fumble here in the second as Schultz is forced to run out, and he's got some space. Schultz, 20, 15, 10. He's going to be hit hard, pushed out of bounds around the 8-yard line. Huge gain for Harry Schultz. We're now at 3:24, and Calvert has a chance to put up a few more points here. And continue to operate.
We see the final score here from the Columbian Rocky River game. That game is over 41-7.
41-7.
41-7.
Wow.
They almost scored again on that last play. They had to run to get the first down.
And it looks like they got about 20 seconds left in that game, so it will come to a close. Columbian Tornadoes, they'll move on to the second round. I believe they host that too, as Rumbach takes the handoff, wheels his way around right, pushes forward, stopped just short of the goal line there. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if you saw number 34 Gage Herring come in with the power package. Of course, Herring punched it in from 8 yards out last drive, and he may have an opportunity again.
You just saw there the final score from that Columbian game. I have to imagine that's going to be on the A stream next week.
Good chance there. Herring it's Schultz, touchdown Schultz, his 8th of the season. First here tonight in their playoff matchup. Harry Schultz with the rushing touchdown as they used Herring as the decoy. So another touchdown for Calvert. And they're going to keep that power package out there as they're going to go for 2. and we've got 2 minutes, 12 seconds left in tonight's playoff contest.
We saw there that was a read option. Schultz just kept it up the gut.
I'd say that's a good call. Got you some points here, so watch Klaus and Rumbach on your left, the left of the screen there, your dynamic playmakers. And Schultz looking over there. Klaus the man. 2-point is good. It's now 41-14 as Calvert puts up another touchdown and gets the 2-point conversion.
There we go.
Hey,
2 touchdowns.
this is a character team. This is a team that fights to the end. The game is not over, and there's still plenty that you can accomplish and get that experience and preparation moving forward here for the Senecas.
Yeah, that BR. And again, we've mentioned it a couple times, but this team's really young. They're going to be back at some point. You'd have to assume, right? It's only uphill from here. They're going to be a really competitive team here in the SBC River. I would fully expect this team next year to really compete for those top 3 spots.
Absolutely. And, Calvert, they've got a tremendous farm system for their football team, and they're always very competitive, and they're always knocking on that playoff door year in and year out. It's an expectation, I would say, if anything. You hope you learn from this. You come back stronger, better next year, and you tack on some more victories as LCC will catch it and just sit on it right around the 14-yard line, and we might see the victory formation for the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, we'll see exactly what that's about. As we have some score updates here, Hopewell Loudon 25-8 over Seneca East, so that game is basically wrapped up there.
Yeah, so Hopewell Loudon, huge victory in their home stadium, and that place has got to be rocking. I've been there a few times. It's a really cool place, dug out next to the school, and a great fan base, very passionate.
Well, let me tell you, that had to surprise some people that Seneca East played them that close for that long. Hopewell, really, they blew out Gibsonburg last year, which they seemed like an unstoppable team.
No doubt.
So it's really interesting to see what's going on around the division.
Well, Seneca East, they're a solid football team, and they've got a tremendous coaching team over there. Ed Phillips, we've met him several times. We've done some interviews. Just absolutely loves those kids to death. And you should go back and dial up our podcast interview from Benchwarmers, where we interviewed him, and he gushed about those boys. So I know that's got to be a heartbreaking turn of events for the end of your season, but still, a great season by the Tigers. Great season by everybody here in the area, as we're now down to 115 in tonight's contest. And the Senecas, again, still fighting, but this is it's looking more and more like it's going to be the end of their football season here in 2022.
Glad we mentioned Ed Phillips. That guy makes you want to run through a wall.
Oh, he's such an awesome person.
And he's been awesome to us here at Heart of Ohio Sports.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I'd like to take a minute here to, as the clock winds down on the Seneca's season, we'd like to take a quick thank you to not only all our sponsors and everybody that's helped us out here, but the coaches, the players that have been so welcoming and just so great to us.
Yeah. Coach Steve Reeser, he's been phenomenal. He's always willing to talk to us before the game. The weekly interviews, I just cannot thank him and his staff enough.
Coach Lutz in Columbia, and really,
no doubt,
everywhere we've been this season has been just so welcoming and so great to us. So that's a very gracious thank you to everybody, and thank you for the viewer too.
Absolutely, thank you. Yes,
we can't do this without you, and so we're glad that you're enjoying the streams. And if you want to see more, as this is going to be the final, please tune in. Next week we'll be here. We will be in a different location. We don't know exactly where we'll be at. That'll be posted in the week, but
no question. We could be anywhere, really. Cary, Clyde, Hopewell Loudon. We just do not know. But what we do know tonight is we've got a 41-14 victory, LCC over Calvert Senecas. Now, of course, you should not go anywhere. We've got our post-game show coming up right here, and our post-game show brought to you by YLFCU. So make sure you stay put right here. We'll be back. We'll review, recap all of tonight's action. We'll take a quick look around the area at some of the playoff action, and then we will send it out to end it. So stay here. Post-game. We'll be right back in a moment.
Klaus Electric is a veteran and family-owned full-service electrical contracting firm that has grown to be a first-class electrical contractor serving Northwest Ohio. Their mission is to provide high-quality commercial and industrial electrical projects in a timely manner. They do this by forming and training a professional team of employees who are dedicated to their core values, conscious of safe work practices, all while forming long-term relationships with their customers. Visit their website for more information at klauselectric.com. UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your homegrown agent Sam Schelt Palm for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1132.
Hey, this is Connor Roush, and you are watching high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Small business owners need somebody that can open the door to financing. And at First National Bank of Sycamore, we love opening the door for financing opportunities.
How are we doing, guys? My name is Joey Krajewski, co-host of the Over Under podcast on Heart of Ohio Sports. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock and every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Thank you, guys.
Like, follow, and subscribe to Heart of Ohio Sports on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. Welcome back to Spartan Stadium here in Lima, Ohio, as our game has concluded. And the Calvert Senecas have fallen to the Thunderbirds 41-14, ending their 2022 football season. Phenomenal year by Coach Reeser and the Seneca football team, as they did a tremendous job, and they played hard all the way to the end, able to punch in 2 touchdowns, and that never die, never stop fighting mentality that he's instilled on them is the imprint that really stands out to me. So let's go through here real quick and figure out how did we get 41-14. And I think we've mentioned this. When you start considering how many points were put up, you've got to start with the quarterback, number 1, Carson Parker on LCC, as he had one heck of a night. He got it started off. And they were able to punch it in. Fumble recovery, 75-yard TD, pitch and catch. Parker, INT, pick 6, took it back to the house, and that was just the first quarter. And, of course, Parker had 2 rushing touchdowns in the second quarter, if that wasn't enough, and that's only halftime. And then, of course, LCC, they came back, and he Parker put up another touchdown pass and then rounded things out here. So, overall, Carson Parker, 2 rushing TDs, 2 passing TDs, and a interception that he took back to the house for 6 more points. LCC, well-oiled machine. Now on the Calvert side, it was Gage Herring who had a big third quarter there. He had a touchdown run. He had a fumble recovery, and it was Schultz there at the end who punched in the second touchdown, all coming here toward the final part of the football game, and that was really it. Tail of the tape for Calvert, They had 3 costly penalties that cost them yards, and in one case, it cost them points here in the second half. 3 penalties, but also 5 turnovers on the night. So that's a really difficult thing to overcome if you're the Calvert Senecas. So a lot to learn, a lot to take away from this. But, Zach, what would you say your lasting impressions are from tonight's playoff loss?
Well, let me tell you, first, LCC is a very good football team. I think we knew that coming in, but they just didn't make mistakes. And it felt like what really set them apart was they were able to capitalize on Calvert's mistakes. When Calvert had a miscue, LCC was right there to make him pay for it. And so that is really what separates really good, really solid playoff teams from their competition is just the ability to do what you do well.
Yeah.
And then make others pay when they make mistakes. And it's going to happen a little less each week as we see this team move on. Next week they have Delphus St. John. So the final there, I don't know if you want to say upset. I mean, 9-1 versus 4-6, but that's a playoff staple in Ohio high school football. So I'm excited to find out the results of that game. It
should be a good one, no question.
48-24 was the final there. So.
Ouch! 48-24. Oh my goodness, that is something here. Well, I think we've got. Do we have any more action that we can take a look at? Hopewell Loudon, you said they were in the lead in wrapping up their game, I believe, and then we know that the Columbian Tornadoes, they came away with a big victory tonight, so they'll have a second home playoff game in Tiffin, Ohio. So that's something you'll be able to catch on the A stream here at Heart of Ohio Sports. And, of course, Hopewell Loudon, they were victorious.
Wait, so Connor's holding up his phone, but it's not right?
Yeah, Connor, you need to work on that sign language again. You were doing great during the game. He's moving everything around. We're trying to make heads and tails of what he's telling us here.
What he's saying is that Hopewell Loudon beat Seneca East 20. Oh, sorry, they're in the fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter. They're winning 25-14. So Hopewell Loudon is winning. They have not won, all right. So
we got to stay out of what we're doing.
All right, I think we've got one more thing. I don't think we've got any more updates, but we've got one more thing here. We've got our player of the game, Zach. And who is our player of the game tonight?
Brought to you by Madison Street. And that's going to be the quarterback, Carson Parker. 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns, and a defensive touchdown, a pick 6. I mean, you cannot ask for a better performance out of your best player.
No doubt. What a phenomenal performance by the do-it-all quarterback. And you heard Coach Paulty talk about him. He's like, our offense starts there. And he certainly was true about that. I think that's going to do it for us here. So we've got Connor Roush on the camera. We've got Zach Dillon here with our switchboard and our color commentary. So for all of us here at Heart of Ohio Sports, I'm Dominic Helmstetter. Thank you for tuning in. Can't wait to see you again next week somewhere in the Seneca County area. And thank you for an amazing season.